Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Shout out to all of you for all the comments. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the support, encouragement. Encouragement is like money too. I know we talk about the like button, we talk about super thanks, super chats, cash app, but genuine encouragement is of great value too. So I just want y'all to know I appreciate y'all, man. You know, of course we will want the financial support to fulfill, the content creators to fulfill whatever their plan is, whether it be a studio, whether it be this, whether it be that. The financial support helps it. I mean, I've seen some very nice studios. One thing I get of these guys, Coach Greg, Angry Man, Ringo, them type, they got some nice studios, man. But it don't even matter because it's other things as well that get done when you, the viewers, support us content creators. But we getting into politics on this one. We're going to talk about a couple things on my way to where I got to go. Want to start out with Creepy Joe. Let's see how I rhyme. Give me a second, man. Let me just at least a little better. What up, man? Y'all know I'm not the tickiest guy, but sometimes it just get a little out of hand. Like, and mine's starting to get out of hand. So this week, something got to be done. Like, it's like when your hair start growing back, it don't go right. See how that piece of hair just keep coming back out? Forget it. So, I think it's safe to say that any unbiased voter, any fair voting person understands that Joe Biden has to go. I mean, if you don't get it by now, you just holding grudges against Trump and Republicans. If you don't get it by now, then he has to go. Let me just get a quick look at the time. Okay. These people be crashing, man. They be making each other late for work, trying to rush to work. So, like I said, any fair voting, fair-minded person, open-minded, you don't hate Trump, you don't hate the Republicans, you understand how the political process works, how they're both doing sinister things to make things a certain way, you know. Some of them are part of the same brotherhoods. But if you fair about it, you know that Trump and the Republicans are the slow track to the mark of the beast. Unless y'all want the mark of the beast right now, and y'all want poverty and this, that, you almost always have to vote for capitalism. Some of y'all get too caught up in this liberalism and stuff like that. You got a right to believe and vote how you want, but when you vote, you should take other people into consideration. Now, I vote conservatively, but the reason why I wouldn't vote for a clean sweep in the House and the Senate, because what if them Republicans do hop on some rich man snobby stuff with the disabled and the elderly in terms of Social Security? They haven't done it, but if you get them the House and the Senate, they just might. So what I be suggesting, we want the Supreme Court to stay dominantly conservative. That'll stop all that forcing stuff and weirdo stuff. And you just never know with the Democrats. They liable to say, well, you have to take a TRANS into your home. You never know what they're going to say next. That's why you don't want them to have the Supreme Court. You don't want them to have a clean sweep, just like you don't want the Republic. What we need, I'm going to show you when it works the best. It works the best when we have a truly conservative president with a bipartisan Congress. The House, Republicans have either the House or the Senate, and the Democrats have the other. Then they forced to negotiate with each other and work things out. But you want the Supreme Court to be conservatives because you just never know. You see what Biden and the Democrats just did. They can't give us reparations, but they can give the migrants a credit card or debit card, whatever it is, with all that money on it, and they taxing us to do it. The sales tax went up in Wisconsin from, 6.5 to 8.2, I believe. So what that tells me is they're taxing us to bring them over here for them to be committing crime, selling drugs, doing hits for people, like we need all that. They can't give us reparations, but he approved them. What was it, $553 million for them? I think Biden is pimping y'all blacks, man. He pimping y'all. How he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Okay, so I should vote for you and bring more competition in for the American citizen. Gotcha. I'm just smart enough to do that. Yeah. I'm trapped in the matrix. Now it's personal. Y'all do know that politics have become personal. It has. Because anybody that vote for Biden, I probably wouldn't say nothing to you or do nothing to you. Obviously, I'm not going to do nothing to you. But I'm going to distance myself from you because you're trying to make my life bad. You voting against reparations, you're voting for all that weirdo stuff and the stuff that don't make sense. It don't make sense to regulate how many bullets a person with no criminal record or very little criminal record has, with all the crime that go on every day in the United States. So basically, you want me to have a little 5-shot 22 handgun against dudes that got AR-15s, AK-47s, 200-round drums on handguns, switches. Gotcha, buddy. You're my best friend. So we had to talk about this. And I noticed they censor everything I say about Biden. And that's not fair. It's almost like you trying to push liberalism and globalism, because Democrats are global. I keep telling y'all, man. Y'all voting against yourself. The only reason why you put them in the House and the Senate is to keep it balanced. Because we do have an obligation to do for the poor and the disenfranchised and the disabled and those. And just like it's something we don't know what the Democrats would do, we don't know what the Republicans would do if they have full power. I just want them to be in the presidency and in the Supreme Court mainly, and then have one or the other, the House or the Senate. Now, if Tucker Carlson is somebody who don't like us, then I don't care. I'm just not voting, because I ain't gonna vote for no Democratic president. So I just wouldn't vote. But we don't need globalism right now. We got problems right here on the home front. I'm not thinking about what other people is doing. I'm thinking about what I'm doing. And I'm thinking about what you doing. I'm thinking about what I got going. And I'm thinking about what you have going. I'm not thinking about these other countries that I probably will never even set foot in. And see, you voting against yourself. Think of it like this. If we at the bottom in the United States, think what would happen on the globalism front. We won't even be on the floor. We'll be out of the building, non-existent. So do yourself a favor. If you think you're gonna go to the polls and vote for Biden, and let me help you out, man. When you vote for Biden, you're voting for war. Don't none of the countries want to deal with them. They be talking about them. They be heckling them. You voting against, notice how they always talking this job stuff. But a lot of the time when you see a job, but first of all, if you want to look at all the new jobs and the higher rates, the only thing they did do something in terms of, like, some people raised their wage. But you got to look at the gig economy is responsible for all these high-paid jobs, because these people on these jobs are so toxic. A lot of people are saying, man, I was only making $600 a week. I can go out there and make that for DoorDash and be off any day I want, do whatever I want. I can work anywhere. Because with the gig, all it's gonna do, like, you go in a different state, the state map is gonna come up, and they're gonna ask you, do you want to switch it? And then some of them you have to manually switch it. So the gig economy is more responsible for the higher paying jobs than the Democrats are. So that's what you got to look at. Stop giving them credit for that. That ain't him. That's more Tony Zhu from DoorDash than it is Joe Biden. See, these jobs had to compete with the gig. You paying $9 an hour. That's one delivery in any market. You gonna always get a delivery that pays you $9. I don't care if you in a city with only 500 people. Somebody will give you $9, man. So they had to raise their wages to compete, to fill those positions. It wasn't because they wanted to, and it wasn't because of the Democrats. That's just the truth. Just like when people be like, why would I go here and deal with a boss and coworkers who probably be trying to treat me bad because I'm new, and I could just go work for DoorDash and do whatever I want, be by myself, listen to my music, eat, do whatever. Go to the bathroom anytime I want. Most of these jobs, you gotta get permission to go to the bathroom, man. That's almost like slavery, man. And then when you buck, they'll just fire you. They'll get somebody else, especially if it pays a lot. That's why I be telling y'all, I always stress Man, save that money. Save that money. You got a lot of bills, all your money still shouldn't be going out in bills. Man, I lost what? I lost like 3 minutes. Still shouldn't be going out on bills. Just like now, for instance, I got to use the bathroom. And it's like, if you have to use the bathroom and you come in there, you come in the room, the training room, a few minutes late, they gonna be looking at you like you done did something wrong. That's what you deal with jobs, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, you get a paycheck. The thing with DoorDash that made me go back to work and gig work and even my businesses is it's up and down. And like some people, you just don't have time for the up and downs. You got to be up. A steady paycheck, that's one of the advantages with it. But you're going to lose a lot of freedom. That's one of the disadvantages. You say, I want to work first shift. I'm going to put in to be on first shift. And then people that have been there longer than you put in and you still not on first shift. Whereas when you work for yourself, you work whatever shift you want. Here's that. Like, it's almost like you can't care too much. You just gotta be day to day, taking day to day, do the best you can, and do right with your money. Pay your bills. If you can get ahead in your bills, get ahead in your bills. Because employment is day to day, just like all the rest. Gig is day to day. Everything is day to day. Life is day to day. Anything could happen in life. So, but back to Biden. In closing, President Biden has done the worst job I've ever seen since I can think back. Even going back to being a kid, asking questions about politics, trying to figure out what was going on. I've never seen a person that did a worser, if that's a word, I'm making it a word, job than Joe Biden. Never. He got to go. Him and Kamala. What has she even done? Don't pay no attention, my fellow melanated ones, to no dancing, no eating fried chicken, no cornbread. Don't pay attention to that stuff. Don't let them dupe you with that. For one, look at who they married to. Oh, okay. There's no way you can be all in for blacks and married to a white person. Not to date an enemy, none of that. But there's no way you could be all in. Your interest is divided. Because your kids, more than likely, you're going to be in the upper echelon being a president or a politician. Your kids are going to be going to school with predominantly whites. So your interest will be divided. That's the reason. Your interest will be divided. Now, you will have to be a very strong-minded individual to pull it off. strong-minded, strong-willed, not trying to hear nothing, almost disrespectful towards her. Because some of the things you have to say and do will go against probably what she's accustomed to. That's why I say that too. So, he gotta go, y'all. Joe gotta go. This is what we need to do when it's time to vote for the presidency. Joe Biden, this is what we need to do to his name on the ballot.